Cabaret dancer to Indian queen. The tragic tale behind a broken grave in Delhi. She was just 18, a striking young cabaret dancer, lighting up the Paris stage with every graceful move. In the dim glow of the theatre, her delicate sways and magnetic charm held the audience in rapt attention. Among them sat Prince Paramjit Singh of Kapurthala, heir to an Indian royal dynasty. Enchanted by her presence, he made a silent vow this woman would one day be his queen. What followed was a story as grand as it was improbable: lavish gifts, secret meetings, and a romance that defied royal expectations. But what began in the glittering halls of Paris would eventually fade into quiet heartbreak, far from home, in the shadows of Delhi. Nanan, tucked away in the cemetery along Delhi's Prithvi Raj Road, a weathered and crumbling grave bears silent witness to a forgotten life. Buried beneath it lies Stella Mudge, the English dancer who once became Queen Narinder Kaur of Kapurthala. Once adored on the Parisian stage and beloved by an Indian prince, she died alone in 1984 in a Delhi hospital. Her final years marked not by splendor, but by solitude. Now, her grave lies neglected. But her story of love, rebellion, and an extraordinary transformation continues to haunt and fascinate. Nanan Stella Mudge was born on October 13, 1904, in Kent, England. Known for her red hair, elegant posture, and stage charisma, she moved to Paris with a popular theatre troupe and quickly made her mark as a celebrated cabaret dancer. It was during one of these performances that Prince Paramjit Singh, seated with his then-wife Brinda Devi, first laid eyes on Stella. Mesmerized, he went backstage after the show to present Stella with flowers, marking the beginning of a secret romance that would span continents. Nanan, when Brinda Devi was engaged, she was merely 7 years old, while her future husband, Prince Paramjit Singh, was just 9. At the time, Maharaja Jagtajit Singh, Paramjit Singh's father, ruled the princely state of Kapurthala. A great admirer of French culture, the Maharaja sent Brinda Devi to Paris for her education, believing that his future daughter-in-law should not only speak fluent French but also embody the manners and etiquette of French society. When Brinda Devi eventually returned to India for her marriage, the Maharaja was both surprised and impressed. She had absorbed more than just French customs. Her thinking and lifestyle had become thoroughly Westernized. Brinda Devi went on to give birth to 3 daughters, and though her marriage to Paramjit Singh was traditional in appearance, it began to unravel quietly. As her husband grew closer to Stella, a foreign cabaret dancer, Brinda raised no objections. Nanan, obsessed with Stella, Prince Paramjit Singh began attending all her shows. He became so infatuated with Stella that he could not bear to be apart from her. He brought her to India in secret, placing her in a lavish residence where he visited her discreetly. While Paramjit Singh tried to keep the relationship hidden, Stella made no such effort. Instead, she began flaunting their affair openly. Eventually, word of the relationship reached the palace, creating uproar. Confronted by his father, Prince Paramjit Singh declared that he wished to marry Stella. The Maharaja was furious and rejected the idea outright. He firmly stated that the marriage would never be allowed under any circumstances, even though, years earlier, he himself had married a Spanish dancer. That relationship had ended in scandal. The Maharaja had discovered his foreign wife in an affair, with none other than his son, Paramjit Singh. Enraged, he annulled the marriage and sent the woman to London. Nanan, following the revelation, Maharaja Jagtajit Singh banned Stella from ever entering the Kapurthala palace. Stella, in turn, developed a deep dislike for it, often complaining that the palace staff spied on her and treated her as an outsider. In response, Paramjit Singh built a separate residence for her just outside the palace grounds, known as Stella Cottage, where she stayed during her time in Kapurthala. Still determined to secure a male heir, the Maharaja arranged for Paramjit Singh to marry again, but not to Stella. In 1932, he orchestrated a marriage between his son and a Rajput princess from Kangra, in Himachal Pradesh. Ironically, the Maharaja sought Stella's help to persuade the prince. Nanan, according to accounts, the Maharaja offered Stella a sum of 10 rupees lakh in exchange for her cooperation. She reluctantly agreed and convinced Paramjit Singh to proceed with the wedding. However, the prince showed no interest in his new bride. Even Stella urged him to at least visit his wife once, leading to a fierce argument between them. Following this, Paramjit Singh paid a brief visit to his second wife, and left for England with Stella the very next day. In 1937, Paramjit and Stella were married at a Gurudwara in England, where she converted to Sikhism and took the name Narinder Kaur. Nanan. When Maharaja Jagtajit Singh passed away in 1948, Paramjit Singh ascended the throne, making Stella his official Maharani. But the title did not bring peace. In 1955, Maharaja Paramjit Singh fell gravely ill. Accusations emerged that Stella had seized vast amounts of wealth, including gold and diamonds, from the royal treasury. Angered and betrayed, Paramjit Singh distanced himself from her. Queen Vrinda, who had remained a dignified presence despite the drama, decided that Stella would no longer be allowed near the ailing Maharaja. When she came to attend Maharaja Paramjit Singh's funeral, Stella was banished from the palace altogether. Nanan. Stella's life, once the stuff of fairy tales, turned lonely. After some time in England, Stella found herself unable to adjust to the loneliness there and returned to India. Her later years were marked by isolation and alcohol dependency. She spent much of her remaining life living in the annex of Hotel Cecil in Shimla, isolated from official royal life. In January 1984, she suffered a fall while intoxicated in Shimla. Taken to St. Stephen's Hospital in Delhi, she passed away on February 23, 1984. Her funeral was barely attended, and her grave has since been left untended. Swipe left for next video. Rumors still circulate about Stella's fortune, allegedly acquired from the Kapurthala Royal Treasury. Some believe she had substantial deposits in Swiss, French, and English banks. Her silverware, cigarette holders, and other valuables have been auctioned off by renowned houses such as Christie's. In 1997, her story caught international attention when British television aired an episode of For Love and Money, exploring her extraordinary journey and the unresolved mystery surrounding her wealth. Latest blogs.